Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You are all loved, celebrated, and appreciated. I bring you goodness. you know I keep saying this. You can see this from my expression always when I talk about the Sahel, because when we talk about the liberation of the continent of Africa, we talk about freedom for the African people. We talk about what is happening down the Sahel, the series of coup that's happened, and how either by hook or by crook, French army and the American army and the other Western bodies that are holding onto this region were gradually kicked out of that region. So Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to form a federation. This started since September. They had already said something like this, that they want to have a body. All right, this countries that took over from the puppet leaders. They want to have a federation. They want to have a body that sees to the affairs of these countries down the Sahel. It was something that was said around September, and it was like, oh, it's going to be something that will be good. But we never knew it's going to come this soon. And everybody are like, does it mean Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso will become one country soon? Like, just imagine what will happen when borders around these countries are lifted. Yay! This is the Africa we want. This is the Africa we dream of. Of course, this is the Africa that we deserve. The Africa where you see a brother as a brother. So you throw aside every other sentiment, every other obstacles that will make you not to love your brother. This is what will happen when borders are lifted. They'll move around freely because, of course, they have something binding them together. And when they do this, it will help them even to monitor the terrorist groups that are around. And we all know these terrorist groups are groups that are backed by Europe and America. They are backed by the collective West to destabilize the Sahel region. And this is what they always do. The clip is coming. Calm down. They try their best to plant terrorist groups at strategic points, at location where they know that something good is happening, where they know that something precious is coming out from. They tie around terrorist group there. It's no coincidence that you see terrorist group is in parts of countries, in particular regions, in countries. It's not coincidence, your majesties. They also attested to it, that they create chaos and capitalize on the chaos that they created. So let's listen to one girl and we'll take it up from there.
There's a lot of great news coming out of the Sahel region, and I just have to talk about it. The first one is Burkina Faso removing French from being their national language, and the second one is Niger revoking key security agreements that they had with the European Union. They said, nah, it's not gonna continue like that. And the third one, and the big one in my opinion, is the news of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso coming together to create a federation. And this news comes a few months later, just like in September they agreed to sign a treaty of defense where they will come together and be their brother's keeper. Like, how great is that? They are teaching us how to stand in solidarity, and there's a lot to learn from these three countries and leaders. Well done to them. I wanted to say we love it, we support it, and let's learn from it.
You see me, I'm all over the place, don't mind me. It's the joy, it's the happiness, it's just the excitement to see that we can say something and it happens. We can say this is what we want and it happens. We can do it. Other parts of the continent can do it. Other parts of the continent can be like the Sahel. Kick out these puppets and let's have freedom. Let's have peace. It will not be easy. It was not easy for the Sahel countries. You heard that. Burkina Faso decided to say no, we don't want using French to communicate officially anymore. So we are kicking out the French language. It should go with the colonizer. Let it go with its leader. We don't want it anymore because there's no way you say I'm kicking out this person. I don't like this person. This person have hurt me so much, and you are using what the person gave to you. When you're asking the person to go, you pack the person's load, the person's kaya with all the properties and everything around. You pursue the whole thing with the person, and this is exactly what Traore did. So officially in Burkina Faso, French is not a language that they use officially for businesses, officially for anything. Yes, they have their native language. They have their language that they speak. It's not that they don't have language. It's not like they don't have means of communication. And it's not like they will never speak French again. They will when the need arises, but it will never be something that it has to be in their book and say it must be French. No. It's even an added advantage to learn other languages, right? So it's that is it. That is it. So don't think that because they say they are kicking out French, so nobody's going to speak French anymore. No, they're going to speak French. But now they are adapting their own language for their own businesses. Look at China. China will never give up their language for anything in the world. Why can't we be like that? There's nothing wrong with speaking French. There's nothing wrong with speaking English. There's nothing wrong with speaking Spanish. There's nothing wrong with speaking Portuguese. At least you can communicate. You know when the enemy is talking against you, at least you communicate. But our own language, why can't we develop our own language, build on our own language, speak our own language, and make it popular? If we do that, is the heaven is going to break. I think I've talked about this whole language. We are not digressing, we are still in the spirit of a new Africa. I talk about this whole language in some of my videos before now, and it's quite unfortunate that as parents we are guilty. That you see a mother outside in public, when the child begins to speak their native language, the mother begins to cut eye for the child. You cut eye, you squeeze your face, you tell the child to change it. Speak English, speak English, speak English. Because you feel that your child wants to disgrace you in the public speaking language. People will think that your child does not know how to speak English. A lot of African parents are guilty of this. Because we feel when our children speak English alone, when our children always speaks English, that shows that we are civilized people. That shows that our children are going to school. That shows that we are training our children well. But this is utter nonsense. This is not it. Let's value what we have. Let's value our own. We're not speaking our language. We've been ashamed to speak our own languages. It's part of colonizations. We are still slaves. We are still slaves because we are tying ourselves to other people's language and culture. And that is why you see that everything that was brought in here was their language, their culture, and everything. Even the religion is all their language, their culture. So for you to read the Bible, you need English. For you to act as a holy person and will go to heaven, you have to behave like a European. So if you behave like African, you are dying and you're going to hell. For you to be a real Muslim, you need to learn the Arabic. For you to study the Quran, you need to learn the Arabic. And you need to dress like them, you need to act like them. So almost everything we do, 90% of ourselves is lost. And the little 10%, Kenya is even saying that we should throw it away. Don't mind me, I'm always referring to Kenya because this is their issue. This their issue is something else. Your Majesties. So the Sahel is giving assignments to other parts of the continent of Africa. If our leaders can see what is happening in the Sahel, at least copy something. I know they'll be ashamed because they'll feel like these small, small boys down there are trying to torment us. They'll be ashamed. But if they can swallow their pride and at least go to them and ask them, ah, boy, how far now? How are you people doing this thing? Why are you succeeding like this? The fastest growing economy right now in the world is in Africa. And which part? In the Sahel. Which country? Niger, after kicking out France. Does it surprise you? When we tie ourselves to the colonizers, we will never develop. We will never discover our potentials. We will never grow because they are always sucking out all we have from us. But the moment we cut ourselves from these people, we have total freedom. Total freedom. And I will say it, the only solution to Africa is school. Because this whole democracy and the turn by turn leadership is not working. No. I don't think it will work soon. Because these politicians are not even ready to give up their seats. 4 years is not enough. They want to come back 8 years. Even the 8 years, very soon it will not be enough. They'll remain there up for 16. In short, they want to be there forever. And what are they doing? Incurring debts, causing trouble for the nations. Hearing this one, hearing that one. Haba. Africans. If we can have mind like the Sahel and take out these people, this is when we have peace. Oh, this is when the Africa we want will come by. Just imagine other stronger countries alliancing with these Sahel countries. Who is France? As they are now, they don't even have a serious backing like that in the country, in the continent. Just imagine that they have. And see the height that they will go. And then imagine the 54 countries in Africa. Hey, this is why they don't want us to unite. The earlier we know, the better. What do you think, Your Majesties? Leave your comment and thought there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always. I hope you enjoy this goodness, right? Bye for now.